Jessica, and this is Daebak K-Rambles, where a couple of friends review Korean dramas, except today. Today, we are not going to be reviewing a K-drama. We are going to be reviewing a little bit of Korean cinema, a little nugget that I like to call Always from 2011. And for this episode, I don't have just one guest. I don't have just two guests. I have four guests with me today. I have the Certified Noonas, all four of them, Jessie, Natalia, Amanda, and Sky. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves really fast?
Certainly. We're the Certified Noonas. We've been podcasting about K-dramas and Asian dramas for a really long time. I'm Natalia. I live in Canada, and yeah. Oh, wait. So, before this, we were told that we should say something we've just been watching or something that we recommend. And since mostly what I've just been watching are vertical dramas, and I cannot in good conscience recommend those to anybody on this earth, I have also been watching the Japanese drama 10 Things to Do Before 40, and it is chef's kiss delightful. It is so sweet and lovely, and I love it. It's wonderful.
Beautiful.
It's old man yaoi at its best. I'm so excited for keep watching it. It's good.
Very nice.
Perfect. Hi, I'm Jessie. I am on socials at Wine and a K-drama. There's not much to talk about me, but I will say for what I've been watching, my current watch is a little weird right now, and you'll know why on a future episode. I've been watching Kamen Rider Dano, so
yeah,
it's a Japanese movie.
Hell yeah, brother.
Or Japanese TV show.
I'm Amanda. I'm also Canadian with Natalia.
Canadian line.
Yeah. And I have been watching The Winning Try, which is a Korean sports drama. And anybody who knows me knows that's kind of my jam. So.
Is it rugby, right?
It is. It's rugby.
Is.
Okay.
It's rugby sevens. They don't really say that, but it's rugby sevens because there's only 7 people on the team. So
okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how big are their thighs? This would directly impact if I watch this
not
show.
Not very.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch the rugby on Netflix, there's a Korean rugby series right now that's like a reality series about rugby teams. The thighs on that much larger.
Very large. But the actor thighs of non-actual rugby players.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's not bad. It's just
that's
people.
Troublesome for me because
Well, I don't know, man.
I'm gonna be honest. There's not like the first 2 episodes in, not a lot of rugby's been played. So
okay.
Yeah, it's a lot more. It's more like
easing
a high
you into
school.
The sports.
It's more like a high school drama about the teachers and all the like politics that's going on between these different teams trying to like get the most money and stuff. So they're
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we haven't seen.
There might be lots of matches
yet.
in the future, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So.
Okay.
Well, I'm Sky. I am in America with Jessie. As far as what I was watching last night was Why Didn't I Tell You a Million Times? I am pretty much binging that. If I didn't have to sleep, I would have still been watching that all night long. So.
Perfect.
It is
so
thematic in case the lead. Yeah, you will see why.
Yeah, you'll find it.
Upcoming episode, you'll figure it out.
For anyone who also listens to us, I think by the time this comes out, you'll have already found out why.
Okay. Thank you so much for introing yourselves.
We're making it so cryptic.
Yeah.
For those who have already listened to last year's spooky season episode, Jessie and Natalia so graciously came on and reviewed The Host with me. That was a lot of fun. But this time around, we have all 4 certified Noonas here to talk about a little melodrama, a small little romance melodrama. I have crazy eyes right now, but we'll get into it. If this is your first time listening, go ahead and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and many more. And if you like us, please give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Come and check us out on social media to stay up to date on our latest episodes and reviews. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Daebak Pod, DAEBAKPOD. And lastly, if you're a fan, please consider becoming a patron. It's a great way for you to get involved and show your support. You can check out the page on patreon.com/DaebakPod. And shout out to our patrons: Curtis CD, Alana, Lorna, Sammy, Julia number 1, Caitlin, Tanmei, Marta, Delphia, Maria, Sarah, Pam, Julia number 2, Nadira, Primal Toaster, and Laura, new patrons. Yay! Thank you guys. Yay! All right. So non-spoiler section for always begins with the IMDb synopsis, which reads: Jang Tol-min is a former boxer who finds work as a parking space attendant. His life turns upside down when he meets Chonghwa, a blind girl, and they begin to fall in love.
That's pretty much it. That's
it. That's all.
Pretty much covers most of the basic plot there. Yeah.
It's A to B to C. Released October 6th, 2011, and it premiered at the Busan International Film Festival that year. Wide release was October 20th that same month, which I thought was very quick, but it's within Korea, so they didn't have to sell it, I guess, maybe. It's 1 hour and 48 minutes long, God bless, and it is directed by Song Il-kwon. He's directed other things like Spider Forest, Flower Island, Forest of Time, Sorry Thanks, Dance of Time. Yeah, have you guys heard of this director, this auteur who has basically gone underground and has not done another film since the early 2010s?
The only other one that I'd heard of his, to be fair, I watch more dramas than I do movies, just in general. But the only one was Forest of Time I had heard of, but otherwise, like, not super familiar with his work.
Yeah, same. I thought that was a little like, oh, I thought he would have done something else by now, but he hasn't. He also co-wrote this movie alongside Ro Hong-jin and Yoo Young-ah and An Ji-sun. The only screenwriter who has an actual career, like, besides this movie and some of the earlier works from them, is Yoo Young-ah, who has done a shit ton of movies, including Miracle in Cell Number 7, My Paparazzi, Steal My Heart, Royal Tailor, My Annoying Brother, Because I Love You, On Your Wedding Day, Kim Ji-young, born 1982, Our Season, Dog Days, most recently in 2024. She also has a robust TV career. She wrote Bel Ami, Entertainer, Encounter, also 39, Divorce Attorney Shin, and Waiting for Kyungdo, which is coming out this year, 2025.
A lot of real bangers. A lot of real bangers coming out of her. Like,
yeah.
All right.
Pretty great.
All right, Queen, we see you.
I see you. Yeah. You're doing something. You're cooking. So this movie stars Seo Ji-sub as Tol-min.
As Natalia giggles in the corner.
I'm also like turning beet red. And Han Hyo-joo plays his co-star Tonghwa, the blind girl. These are two heavy hitters in the Hallyu world.
For sure.
What is your experience with Seo Ji-sub and Han Hyo-joo? I guess we have to start with
Natalia.
Like, listen, so I just think he's neat. You know, like,
really just like reduce it down to that.
Mom, I just like him. Like, I have nothing, I can't say anything. He was like one of like the first Korean actors when I started watching dramas that I was like, yes.
I get it. Completely.
I just think he's wonderful. And I think the first drama I watched him in was Ghost, which I really liked, and that was very early on. And I just even when he's in a show that's like not that great, he's still great in it.
I agree.
He's
never
sense.
Like the problem.
No, you're never like, even like, okay, because like, listen, The Master's Son is a real classic, but it is not like a great show, but he's just so audacious in it that you're just like,
like him saying get lost.
He's like, no,
seared in my brain.
So, you know, I just like him.
I understand.
Like, I can't just. I don't need to justify myself to these people. No. Yeah.
How does everybody else feel about Seo Ji-sub?
I like him. I'm not like a super fan, but like I'm also not a fan. You know, it's fine. I think Terrace
Oh, yeah.
is like
he was very
my
cute in
favorite
Okay.
of
He's
his
so cute.
dramas because
He's
he's
good
so
at that.
cute and the kids are so
Yeah.
cute in it. It's just a lot of fun.
See, I learned what the plot of my Secretarius was just last year, and I was like, oh shit, I think I missed a banger. Because
Yeah, you might have.
I
Yeah.
saw like the promo and stuff, which it made it look really kind of serious, and I was like, I don't know.
It's
not
not.
what I wanted to watch.
No,
And then
not at all.
double shout out because Caitlin from No Sleep for Dramas was like, no, it's this, and explained the plot, and I was like, oh shit, this sounds like I would totally love it. So I
It's a lot of fun. We definitely, most of us were watching it when it was airing too.
Yeah,
And it
that
was just like a
fun
lot of fun.
time.
It's just because it has a little bit of the serious spy stuff, but then throw in the kids, and the kids just
Yeah.
like make it
And then like the
rambunctious
goofy
and
mothers
comedy.
group plus
Yes.
one stay-at-home dad. Delightful. Just delightful.
Nice.
You should definitely pick it up.
Yeah, you should. You should check
Yeah.
it out. I think you'd
I
enjoy
will
it.
let you guys know. Be like, it's day one. I'm starting. my search.
Be like, hey guys, I started watching it.
Yeah.
You right.
It's happening.
Yeah, I think my first with him was Master Son. And like Natalia said, like he sells it. It's fine. You know, like even though you walk away from it and you're like,
It's a Hung Sisters
in the
drama.
moment, you're enjoying it. It's a good time.
Yeah.
It was scarier than I thought it was going to be, like at the very beginning. So I started watching it late at night in the dark, and I went,
The ghost
No.
got you.
okay, I'll watch this tomorrow
cat.
during the daylight. I don't love a fat suit, but I really enjoyed Oma Venus. Like, I love the found family there.
same.
You know, like her
Sam.
living with the guys. It's a good time. Like, it's a good time.
Mhm.
Sung-hoon,
Yeah,
Henry, like it's
yeah.
fun
Henry,
time.
that's right,
Right?
Yeah.
So, and then, yeah, Terry's. Which I just realized when I was looking at this, I never watched the end. Like, I think I'm like 3 or 4 episodes from the end. And I think I lost whatever the streaming service was that it was on. And then I kept thinking I'd go back to it or something.
No.
I think it
Was it?
dropped off of one. Like, it was on something and then it left that platform. And I hadn't got around to finishing it yet. And then it popped back up somewhere else, and I was like, oh, I need to finish that. And I just never did. So I should go back and rewatch it.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
Sky.
it was good.
So everyone's pretty much covered the ones that I've seen. I do want to give a shout out to Alienoid.
Yes.
That was
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
He
That's
was
right,
fun.
he was in that movie.
Yes.
Like as far as so anyway, I really liked him in that. But the first one I saw him in was Master's Son. The second one that I like really enjoyed him in a lot was Oh My Venus. I did have fun with that one because I like Jim Crud. That's kind of my thing. And then Terrius was cute. It was darn cute. I would love to see him in more. I have not pressed play on Mercy for None, but get me on
That's
the right
true.
mood day.
Yeah.
I just haven't had the
might.
time this summer.
I haven't had
have
the
not
time.
had the time yet, but
And I was tempted by Dr. Lawyer. I really had not have time for Dr. Lawyer. That's a whole different
Mhm.
level of
Yeah.
time. That would
Yeah, you
that's
know
the
what's
one.
really funny? I'm just like reminding about this very early on in me following Sky on social media. Like, this is before we started the podcast. Like, one of the first things that I remember, she gave me a list of dramas to watch, and Oh My Venus was one of the things on the list.
Nice memory.
I was like so long ago.
Aw.
I was,
like, okay,
I was
I'll
really
pick it up.
enjoying that one at the time. Like that,
Yeah.
was so cute.
'Cause
liked
I was like, I don't
thought
know
they were
about this.
cute.
I don't really like the fat suit or
Yeah, I
weight,
don't-
like discussions. And she's like,
it felt like a non.
you might be okay.
Yeah, it was like a non-mean spirited. I hate a fat suit. Okay,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it was
I agree.
the best possible fat suit situation you could have for a
For
fat
sure.
Right. It was done with
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
best of intentions, with a lot of heart.
Yeah,
And I don't remember his character because he was the trainer. I don't
Yeah.
remember him ever being kind
No,
of like
he was
fat
never-
phobic
No.
or weird or
No.
anything
No,
like
no.
that.
It was like
He
the
was just
best
like-
case scenario, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
If they're gonna do it, like this is the way that they should do
yeah.
it.
like,
I was
don't
kind
It
of-
love
never
a
felt
fat
like he
suit,
was like
but-
pushing on her to lose weight. He was pushing on her to get healthy.
Yes.
And to
Yeah.
get like fit. Like, I want you to exercise with me. Like,
Well, essentially,
let's
it's
go,
like
right?
since the character had like a near death experience, essentially, and he's like, okay, we're not gonna do that
Yeah.
again. So
Yeah.
let's not.
Yes, yeah.
So I freaking adore Ji-sub, and I basically said as much because we on the Daebak feed just covered "I'm Sorry, I Love You," which is a 20-year-old drama that it made him famous. It's one of like his breakout roles. That one and Something Happened in Bali. Those two melodramas that came out in the very same year. So I don't know what the hell he was smoking.
Wow.
But I consider him like the melodrama king. He is so good at playing this kind of character.
He's got those sad eyes.
With the sad eyes.
The
Oh
saddest.
my God.
The most beaten puppy situation. you can
It's so
possibly
good. I eat it right the fuck
imagine.
up. And I've loved Soji-sub for a very long time. I was gifted a 2-year calendar of Soji-sub.
Oh.
And so, and I have like evidence of this. I still have the photo of the calendar, and I used that shit for 2 years. Like, unironically fucking love that calendar. And it was a sad day when I had to throw it away because the years were up. But Soji-sub, he's like my number one like oppa for many years now. And the fact that I think a lot of people are discovering him with Mercy for None is kind of like simultaneously great, but also like a gut punch because he's been that guy for the longest time.
That would be like discovering that someone's like, oh, I saw this new actor, Keanu Reeves, from John
exactly
Wick, and
how
I'd be
it
like,
is.
girl,
Yeah.
Oh,
girl, you're so
yeah,
close.
right?
You're so close.
It's like, I'm happy you're here, but like,
I'm
damn.
happy for you, but come
Yeah.
on.
Yes.
Where have you been?
Honestly, that's how it feels with Soji-sub love right now. He has been famous for a long time, but also he's kind of a recluse. He's a little bit reclusive, and when he's not working, like, you don't hear from him at all, which is fantastic. That's how it should be. I don't want to
Good
hear
for
from
him.
you unless you have something
It's
to promote. Like,
him,
live
his
your life.
family, and his minion collection. Like, that's all he needs. So, like, it's fine.
Him and his SPF, like, it is what it is. Han Hyo-joo, on the other hand, I love her too.
Love her so much.
What do you guys have to say about Han Hyo-joo?
I mean, she's in one of my favorite dramas of all time,
same.
Happiness.
Yeah, Jessie and I share
She's-
a favorite drama, which is Happiness.
Like,
and
Yeah, she's so good in it, and
So
she's
good.
so good in every role that I've ever seen her in. And I haven't seen her in a super amount, but like every time I see her, I'm like, it's like I almost forget who she is
yeah.
because she's so good at just adapting to a different character. And then I'm like, oh wait, that's her. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Real bangers after bangers.
Yeah, I want to offer like the trilogy of hers of Happiness, Moving, and Blood Free.
Yes,
because
Yes, that's a great
it was
lineup for
literally
her.
like the craziness kept going. It was just like, oh, you're just picking,
She's upping the
all
ante.
winners.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, she was
All
like
the
doubling
winners.
down
such
every time.
different characters in each one. Like just
She also doesn't
drastically
age. Like, what
No.
is she doing?
No.
I don't
Like, she just constantly stays the same age, and I'm like, what? What?
Yeah,
Can I have
think
your
she's
secrets?
37 now, like late 30s
She's
now.
38.
38.
Same age
Yeah.
as old Natalia. And
Hey.
But yeah. No, she's incredible. She's
Yeah.
incredible. And
Yeah.
every time I see that she's in something, I'm like, oh, I'm about to have a good time.
Yeah. Speaking of
Okay,
good
cool.
good times may or may not have been had when we watched Always. This movie, as I said at the top, it's a melodrama. It's a tearjerker. It's 2011. It's of a time. And I would love to know what you guys thought about Always. Had you seen it before? Was this a rewatch? Please share with the class.
Yeah, I wanted to ask first, like, is it a rewatch for you?
Okay. So I'll go first. I'll start us off. So
Yeah.
this is a rewatch for me. I had seen it, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe one time, and it completely wrecked me. I was like, oh my God, this is so sad. I was in a puddle of tears, sobbing. It was fantastic. Since then, if someone's like, I want to watch a sad movie, or you recommend me a K movie, I'm like, watch yourself.
You're
Bring
like,
a box
"Girl,
of
I got
tissues.
you."
Always. Always from 2011. Watch that movie. And great thing that it's actually really accessible. In the States, it's on Amazon Prime, and it's been on Amazon Prime for a really long time. So it's very accessible, more accessible than other Korean cinema.
It's also on Tubi, so it's like
It's a Tubi, which I love Tubi. A++.
Tubi's so much fun.
Tubi, like every time I get like, I'm like, oh man, like they pulled this thing. I'm like, I should just see if it's on Tubi.
I should
and
check
it's like
Tubi,
9
yeah.
times out of 10, it's like it's on
Yeah.
Tubi.
Tubi
I'm
always
like,
has
"Oh,
your
good."
back.
Tubi.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I love Tubi. Like, it's so great. They are hustling so hard. It's fantastic. There's so many things on Tubi. If you have not checked out Tubi, highly recommend going and checking out that platform.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Sponsored to me. Anyways, so this movie on the rewatch, I was like, yep, it's still really sad. I didn't cry this time because I obviously knew what was coming. But I was like, oh, this is so cheesy and cliche. I fucking love it. Like, I was still like, this is so great. What is there not to love? I loved their performances. I loved the coincidence that happens, like the reveal of like the intertwining of them in the past. And their love story is just so sweet.
Yeah.
Sorry, sue me.
Yeah.
I looked up Letterboxd reviews. When I went to log it,
Oh,
I saw,
Oh, no.
There's really could be
Oh,
fast.
no.
So-
Listen, they're not my drama list
Yeah, and as long
reviews,
as-
so
As long as it's in my drama list comment section.
for those who don't know,
Vile.
Letterboxd is like a social media platform for movie lovers, but I use it as a documentation system. I watch this on this day, I rewatch this on this day, yada yada yada, and I review things myself. The name of the game for Letterboxd reviews: the wittier the better, the funnier the better. And these reviews were killing me because they were pointing out the things that I already knew. This is a 3-star review. I only have 2 reviews saved, by the way. I'm not going to sit here and read like 50 Letterboxd reviews. But this one says 3 stars. I mean, the first half is very cute and perfectly fine for a sweet romantic K-drama, but unfortunately, the second half gets too melodramatic and convenient.
What does convenient
I
mean in this context?
Wait, let me
Yeah.
I love your face.
so
I'll
convenient.
finish the thought that this person's had. This person said, I mean, let me just say that yes, I have a personal problem with stories that are too cheesy and melodramatic, but this one, oh boy, it gets to a whole new level of dramatic. Da, 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 da. And I was like, yeah, man, that's the fucking point of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, I was
You're
like,
like, that's-
okay.
That's the genre.
literally
That's-
the genre.
That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
But also, what is convenient? I still want to know like what they mean
Yeah,
by
what's
convenient.
convenient?
I guess they thought that the intertwining that I mentioned, which is
intertwining.
a spoiler to say exactly what it is, but the way that they are connected in the past, they thought it was convenient that they, I guess, were even connected in the past.
Almost like every single one of these types of
Every
stories
K-drama
made.
ever.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Legit, I was
It's like,
joking.
listen, we're talking Korean. Like, I'm amazed they didn't know each other as kids. Like, what do you mean
Yeah.
convenient?
Yeah.
Come on now.
I was like, you should be happy that they were more conveniently tied together.
oh my god.
Right. So this other person says no stars. They just put a review. So I was like, okay,
Oh.
be fresh, be more fresh than that. They said the first half was extremely good. The development of Han Hyo-joo and So Ji-sub's characters was handled very well. It was heartwarming, but once they passed that period, it became kind of dull and predictable.
People don't like the sad.
Listen, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I need to start out, I'm going to compliment sandwich this, that everyone's entitled to their opinion, but sometimes people have opinions about things not realizing that, like, that's the point.
That's the thing. The thing is
like,
that.
that when you're watching a movie like this, like some like surprise twists, and that's a thriller thing. This ain't no thriller.
It felt so like Nolan bro trying to watch a very
Ooh.
typical but beautiful melodramatic Korean story, and they're like, why is it so formulaic?
I wanted it a rom-com.
Why wasn't this
This is essentially what I'm
hard?
hearing.
I went to film school, and when I tell you, that's like every dude in film school being
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's true.
well, I didn't really
Yeah.
understand what this was new, what thing new this was bringing to the like, shut up.
Like, dude,
Shut up, dude.
dude.
No, I'm kidding. You're allowed to have your own opinion. You don't have to like this movie.
Yeah,
as
you
we do.
are
Don't worry
allowed to
about
have
it.
your own opinion. You're not.
Yeah.
You don't have to like the same movies as everybody else. But
No.
the thing is, I tend to say if I dislike a movie, but I see it for what it is, I'm like, I can see what they were going for. It's not for
Yeah.
me. Not for me.
Yeah.
Right.
They didn't say that. They're like, it's predictable. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, but that's the thing. I signed up for that. Like, I 100% signed up for that.
My thought the whole time I was rewatching it, because it was a rewatch for me, but I just kept thinking it reminds me of that 70s movie Love Story. Like, it's got that same soft vibe and that love and the, you know, like, it has that same, and it makes sense because Love Story was like, everybody loved Love Story. Like, it has so many remakes and, like, it's been retold, and always is the same way, right? Like, people love this story, and because there's something about the story that people just love. It touches people.
Yeah. It's simple and easy.
Yeah.
It was
so
also
uncomplicated to
me.
me.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
is.
It's a straightforward, here you go.
Yeah.
It was also a rewatch for me, and I was like, okay, like, I'm like, I feel like I remember every single scene in this, and I was like, but, you know, I probably don't. I probably don't. And then I was rewatching, I was like, no, I do. I do.
No, you don't.
I
No, why did I sell
remember
myself
this
short? I totally
entire
remember this.
film. Like, I remembered this
Yeah.
entire film, but it was very nice. And also, we have like a Patreon movie night that we do on our podcast, and we had watched the Japanese remake, and we hadn't realized
Right.
it was a remake until we were like
Yes.
and then we were like,
Wait a
oh,
minute.
wait a minute.
Yeah, so
Wait a
when
I
we
know
do
this.
these Patreon movie watches, like if it's your birthday month, you get to pick. So I picked it, and I purely picked it because I like the two leads in the Japanese movie.
Yeah.
Like, and I knew it wasn't a horror, and so I was like being really nice to people and not giving them a horror movie
Right.
that they have to sit and watch for me. And I was like, "That's fine. This is
Because
great.
pause,
Like, they're
because
both
pause.
in here."
If you haven't listened to the host review with Natalia and Jessie on it, Jessie can like raw dog 100+ horror
Oh,
movies
yeah.
in
Yeah,
1 month.
easily.
Okay,
Yeah.
she did that last year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, that's context.
So I
added
was
context.
being nice. And then I remember very clearly, like, we started watching and Amanda going, wait a minute.
So familiar. Like,
Which,
God,
Did
I
I
mean,
watch this already?
now that I've, like, officially watched the Korean version, it kind of feels like I've already watched it because they're pretty much the same.
I
Like,
love
they're
it.
very
I
close.
love
they're
it.
almost, they're not quite
They're-
shot for shot, but they're
But
pretty
they're
much
pretty
shot.
close.
Same
Like,
DNA.
Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah,
So it
they're,
felt
you know,
kind of like I rewatched it, but it was just with different actors.
That's
they're not
fantastic.
identical twins, but they're certainly fraternal. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sky.
So I think it was a rewatch for me, but now that we're like reviewing all of the tapes of this, I
Reviewing game tape.
like life has been crazy the past. I don't know. I honestly do not know if because I mean it felt super familiar when I was watching it this time.
Could have
I
been the
feel
Japanese
like-
version.
Yeah, it could have been
I don't
that.
know if I'm remembering the Japanese version or if I am remembering
I-
the Korean
I
version.
couldn't
I do
remember
not
having
know.
watched it before at all, but my drama list told me that I had watched it.
Mm.
So I was like, okay. And then once I started watching, I was like, oh, yeah. But, like, beforehand, I could not have told you. I was like, apparently I've watched it, and I have no idea what it's about. And as soon as it started up, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
See,
yeah.
I do
My
remember
drama
this.
list tells me I have not watched it, but I'm also pretty bad about adding the
Yeah.
movies that
Oh,
I
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
watched.
terrible at movies.
Because I feel like I will say this. If I
Yeah.
watched the Korean one, it was a long time ago. Like
Mhm.
at just sketch brain. So but as far as once we got going on like, oh, parking attendant, oh, boxer, oh, blind girl, like I was like,
This is all the connections are reforming
Yeah.
in the
Yes.
brain, you know?
Yeah.
but
You're like,
but
it's
was
all
I
coming
was
together.
was I overriding Soji Sub on the Japanese one? I don't know.
I mean, they
Who knows,
style
man?
him. They style you say
It's
literally
the hair.
exactly
Again,
like
okay.
Soji.
So
the hair.
It's his same hair, same like outfit. So
Now I have to watch the J version. Shit.
It's
It's
really
it's
good.
pretty good.
it's
Just imagine, like, it's basically this in a slightly different font. Like,
Okay.
they're
Yeah.
very close.
like
It's
it's like
great.
essentially it's like if Japanese is your like native tongue, you'll watch that over the Korean one. But
That's
like
it.
there's no real big
There's no
thing to-
new information
Okay.
being
Go-
given
I
to
got
you in
you.
it.
I
Same
got
tone. You know,
Yeah.
we're doing the same stuff.
But you all liked it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This era in filmmaking, K-dramas, they wanted to answer a question. And the question was based on, like, would you still love me if I was
X.
blind.
Mhm.
Would you still love me if whatever XYZ?
They're really doing the "Would you still love me if I was a worm" bit, but like in like
Before it was a worm.
before it was a thing.
They tried that rinse and repeat for so many different plots in K-dramas and movies, and I'm sorry, it works a lot of the time. A lot of the time.
Listen, it's cliches are cliches for a reason.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like tropes exist because you enjoy them.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm. And also, sorry, I grew up watching Rocky marathons every 4th of July, every Memorial Day, and Ji-sub's character, straight up Rocky Balboa.
yeah.
He down to the turtle. I was like, oh my God, there's even a turtle. I forgot about the turtle. This guy, straight up,
Yeah.
Rocky Balboa facsimile.
I was kind of laughing because I was like rewatching it while I was lying in bed because I watch everything on my tablet lying in bed while my husband does like intellectual pursuits near me because like that's our like thing.
Wait, what do you mean you're not doing an intellectual pursuit by watching Always? with
Well,
Tony Alone?
listen.
Well,
You know,
no,
I
whatever percentage of vertical dramas, I mean, it depends on how you
listen,
Yeah,
listen,
that's true. It's the
listen to
vertical
me,
dramas
listen to
that
me.
really like.
I know. Don't be putting me on blast here. No, that's a lie. I put myself on blast. But I turned to my husband, and I was like, honey, in the nicest. I'm about to say something, but I mean it in the nicest possible way. Ji-sub really looks like a dude who got punched in the face a lot in this. Like he looked like they really cast him well because he has the energy of a guy who got punched in the face a lot.
Yeah, like he's
And
been
I
through
just-
it.
And and that's not just in this, like in almost everything he makes, he has the energy of a guy
Like a world
who's
weary,
who's
grizzled.
probably gotten punched in the face a bit. Like
Yes.
and not in like a
Sure.
he's beaten up and ugly. I mean just like there's like a certain energy to him. And I'm like, he's kind of perfect for this particular iteration of like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
man punching out of his league with a lady situation.
I
Like,
think
it's-
he even says, because she asks him at one point, "Are you handsome?" And he says,
like,
"I look manly." And I was like,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's
Yeah.
it.
Like, listen, to
Perfect.
answer his question, my personal opinion, yeah. but
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think it's a subjective thing, you know?
Mhm.
Like,
I mean, he's
Handsome
hot
comes from
too. Like he
within,
should have said,
dude.
"Yes, I'm
Yeah.
handsome." But
Yeah.
yes, he's got a very masculine looking appeal about him, aesthetic. And again, sue me. It works for me.
No,
hey,
listen.
we ain't gonna sue you. Like,
Not at all.
I may be more equal opportunity for that sort of thing, but like, yeah, he's got the sauce, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I know. And
The
you see him
casting directors
shirtless
knew
in
what they
this.
were
They've
doing,
got
you
like
know.
training montages in this.
Oh yeah,
I'm
they
like,
got him doing the pull-ups like they do on, you
Bro.
know, like Oh My Venus.
Oh,
Like they're like,
God.
okay, yeah. Yeah, slow zoom in on his back muscles. Like, okay, we
Like,
see
okay.
you.
yeah, what am I going to
See
do?
what's
Fast forward this? Yeah,
happening.
no.
Like, okay, we get it.
I get it. Ji-sub apparently took boxing lessons to prepare for this role. And I was like, I bet. This is something that I wanted to bring up. This is maybe steering us in a more controversial direction, but because of the type of content that I put out this year, i.e. the K-drama hot takes episodes that were fueled by a viral TikTok that I did. Look, what do you think of the age gap?
I don't give a shit about age gaps.
This movie has Ji-sub, who was 34 or 33-ish when he made this movie, and Han Hyo-joo was 24.
Yeah, they're both
So
over
10
18.
year
Yeah.
age gap.
That's
I didn't even
nothing.
clock
Honestly,
it.
like they don't look that far apart.
No.
That's what
No,
like
they don't.
that's what I'm saying with her. She just looks like she just looks like the same all around. So she doesn't look like baby faced in it, like
No.
to me.
To be honest, I thought it was weird that she kept like her sort of nickname for him or whatever was
Ajushi.
Ajushi.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Uh-huh.
he looks like he's like maybe 4 years older than you, maybe.
Yeah, it didn't look
yeah.
like a
It's
span.
not- And I just, by the end even, I was just like, you know, you continuing to call him like old man kind of makes it seem like there is a weirder age gap thing going on here
Right,
than
yeah,
there
within the
is,
movie, yeah.
right? Like, it's pretty normal, so like,
Yeah.
let's just settle down
I-
a little.
you
Which
know,
is
I-
pretty funny. The Japanese movie, the female is older than Ryusei. I don't remember by how much, but it's probably like 6 or 7 years. Yeah.
Well,
but I listen, like age gap, like okay, people are always going on.
Yeah.
People are always going on like, oh, I have a 10-year age gap. Like their own parents don't have a 10-year age gap when most of them do. Like get out of my face.
The circumstances of it.
It's
like
not
you're
that.
preaching
like
to the
obviously
choir.
like
You're
she's
preaching to the
25, so like that's not a thing, and it's like not really a thing in the movie too. Like so.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like if we're like in a power imbalance or like it was someone he's like known for all of her life when she was younger too, a grooming situation, then we can talk. But this really wasn't that.
Well,
Yeah.
and to me, they're two world-weary characters. They've both been through it already before they even met. And so they kind of meet each other in that space of, we've been through it. So now let's kind of have a good moment in life together. And so to me, that doesn't, I didn't
They
clock
both
it at
feel
all.
fully grown.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you meet them, right? Even though she is sort of bubbly, and I guess you could perceive her as younger because of some of the like ways she behaves, she never comes across like she's like this. Like they never focus on that. You know, like sometimes they would focus on him being like, I don't get her because there's a 10-year age gap kind of thing. But that's not how it comes across. It comes across
I
very
think it's
much
more of
just,
like they're different
she's
personalities.
a little brighter and he's a little
he's
sadder.
depressed.
Eeyore.
He's got depression. Yeah.
He's sad Eeyore.
He's got a shit life. That's, that comes across. Yeah. Yeah. Like also, every time age gap discourse gets me every time.
It
because
gets
I'm
me
like,
every time because I thought I was, validly bitching about age gaps when it mattered, right? When I'm like, that's a 20-year age gap. That's like a really big gap. Like that's crazy. But now people are bitching about 4 years between characters.
Yes.
And I'm like, what the
weird
fuck
to
are we
me.
talking
I
about?
saw someone call something a Noonan romance when she was like 3 years older than him, and I'm like,
It's
that
like,
is not.
no, not at all.
That is not.
Unless it's a joke, tongue in cheek.
Yeah, unless
like,
you're kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I realize that I'm like the bad person to ask because full disclosure, my parents had a 30-year age gap between them.
30?
In a not creepy way. They met when my mom was in her 30s, so it wasn't like a weird thing.
No.
Okay,
I wasn't expecting it to be like.
It wasn't like
Anyway,
a
so my
weird-
dad's in prison. No.
Yeah, no. It's not like one of those things where you're like, oh, my grandma was a hostage. Like, no, it wasn't one. It wasn't
Literally,
one of those
I took the
situations.
best case scenario of the 30-year
But,
gap in your
like,
parents'
it was
lives.
it was all above board, okay? But like, so I'm just like, oh, you're upset about like 6 years? Like, call me when you're done college, kid. Like, get out of here.
It gets
like,
so infuriating.
I think the only thing I don't like about age gaps is it's so much male is always the older, and then the females, and that's the only thing that's like kind of like annoying about it is that it's like always so okay that the men can be like the oldest and then not, and then when it becomes like a Noonan romance, people get weird about it. But like,
oh no, it's just like,
it still doesn't matter to me. Like, especially if like the circumstances are like fine,
right?
And the reality is like I feel like sometimes they're interposing age gap discussions for when we're actually talking about underage concerns.
Yeah. That's
like,
a different.
if that's what we're
It's a
actually
whole
discussing,
different
that's what
thing,
we should discuss.
right? As long as they met as adults, as the romance is happening as adults, or they were both, children, and it's like a 2-year age gap or whatever, which is not a thing, right? But like, it's only a big deal. Like, if this was a movie about him being, 25 and her being 15, let's have that discussion. That's a whole different
ballgame.
Right? That's a different type.
That's
a horror movie. Right? I mean, that's a crime thriller at that point.
But when we're acting like 24 and 35 is the same thing, we're making the other thing that is actually a problem seem like less of a problem because we're comparing it to a thing that's not a problem at all. So like,
sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Changing gears, I found a interview that Ji-sub did back in the day, back in 2011, for the release of this film, and it was with 10 Asia. And some of these questions are a little bit like, I basically translated the page, which was entirely in Korean, into English. And I'm like, God, this was not a harsh interview, but I'm like, oh, they're asking legit questions. So it asks, isn't having good chemistry with your scene partner important to maintaining such emotions? And I was like, tell me all about this, Ji-sub, because I'm entirely interested in what you have to say about the process and what it feels like, and chemistry readings and stuff like that. So he says, I had only met Han Hyo-joo once in the past at an award ceremony, and I expected her to be a cheerful and bubbly person. But it turned out she was actually the complete opposite. She was serious and had a lot of thoughts regarding acting, was the type that puts in a lot of stress on herself. But that helped me a lot. It would have been hard to focus on my emotions if she was playful and all over the place, but seeing her think a lot about her character helped me a lot too.
Oh, it's really nice.
I was like, wow, look at that.
He's like, turn around. I'm gonna actually turn this question around and just compliment this lady
Han
I worked
Hyo-joo.
with.
Yeah.
Like good energy.
Good energy. The interviewer goes on to ask, but it must have been difficult to be scene partners with someone who's playing a visually impaired person. I was like, I have actually seen a lot of media where like someone's acting opposite someone who's pretending to be blind, and I have never seen someone ask this question. So I was like, okay, what's he gonna say? He says actors deliver their emotions through their eyes, but she wouldn't look at me, so this was very frustrating at first. I couldn't focus and kept wondering how I'm supposed to act, but I got used to it, the situation, in a week. It felt comfortable after really starting to feel that this person really can't see me. Acting is such a strange thing. And I was like, yeah, it is fucking strange.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. They go on to ask, set aside the earnest romance within the movie, the story itself was not very refreshing. So what's the reason you went for this movie? And I was like, oh my God.
What, this interviewer's out for blood? Like, what?
Yeah.
I
really
off
want
like
you
the
to,
political
like,
beat to be like, all right, we're taking you off of like interviewing like failed politicians and sending you to go talk to Ji-sub about his romance film.
I was literally like looking around for the camera because this question went for the jugular, and it kind of harkens back to some of the Letterboxd reviews that I read. So I was like, oh my God. And mind you, this was critically well received. Like, the movie was a success. So Ji-sub says, I wanted to do a love story like this. I thought that it would be nice for people who watch this movie to think of their past and the excitement they felt over their first love or crush. And then they ask, and did you think that you'd do well at delivering such emotions? And I'm like, what are they doing?
Well, he clearly did because, like,
he accepted the job.
What an insane
They're
series of
assess
questions.
your own acting is what they're asking him to do.
Gosh.
And he goes, I didn't. I'm not the type that thinks I'm good at this, so I'll show people this. I'm the type that has to rack it out by tormenting himself. I'm very sure of what sort of acting I'm bad at, but not sure of what sort of acting I'm good at, nor am I sure of what sort of acting I'm confident at doing. And I was like, oh my God.
This question feels like a gotcha to try to make him seem like
Humble
arrogant or something, and he's like, I'm not gonna do it. You're not gonna get me this time. Like, damn, what was this journalist's problem?
I
Jeez.
don't know.
This should have been like a softball interview. You're just trying to promote a romance film. Like, calm down, dude.
I literally could not believe like a few of these questions, especially the one saying, yeah, this story is like really recycled. Why did you choose to do this?
It's just like,
I sometimes wonder when you see a review of an older film that says this plot line is so recycled, you're like, is it though? Or like, is it? But did it start here, right?
Yes.
Like, you know, like when I saw Casablanca, I was like, oh my God, this is so cliche. And I was like, no.
Backward.
It became cliche,
Yes.
right? Like, I know every single line because every single line was that good that it got forwarded into every other form of media. And I'm like, this has been remade. This story has been retold. It's not recycled. It was the recycled thing.
Yeah.
Like,
So there's more to that interview, but those were some of the questions that I was like, I need to tell the Noonas about these questions.
No, that's a literal insane series of questions to ask for like a movie promo interview.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
jeez. This is
If they
investigative journalism.
wouldn't get away with asking those types of questions. Like K-Nuts would
Probably
go
not,
after
no.
them.
No, and that's the
yeah,
thing is that
hardcore.
the promo today really doesn't include this kind of like probing or difficult
Yeah.
inward
Nor
reflection.
should it, because it's like a marketing thing. Like, we're not doing
Right.
investigative journalism on, like...
I was like, is
Yeah,
this a
let's be
Vanity,
real,
it's
is this a
marketing
Vanity
movie.
Fair piece that I don't know about? Or like,
Right?
what is this? I thought he was promoting the movie.
It's like this expose about the
Yes.
Expose! Soji-sub promotes film. We get to the bottom of it.
Well, like if he had
calm
said,
down.
"Oh, I think I'm a horrible actor," that would have been the headline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it
right.
felt like they were
Soji-sub
fishing.
thinks he's
Yeah.
terrible. Like,
Yeah.
calm down. Like,
It was
geez.
interesting, very interesting, and
Ay,
that
ay,
was
ay.
from
Mhm.
a Korean outlet. Anyway, so you mentioned the Japanese remake. This has been remade several times. A Hindi production from India, a Turkish movie, the Japanese remake, and then a Filipino remake, which came out during the pandy, September 2022. So this is a very popular story that
Listen,
everyone
it's
seems
like
to.
how they keep. It's like how they keep remaking Boys Over Flowers, and then everyone's just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's so terrible. Let's watch the next
Did you
remake."
watch
it's
it?
Like,
Yeah.
Sits
it's
down to
like,
watch
listen,
it.
Clearly, the people be enjoying it. So, as much as these people on
Yeah.
review sites and whatever go on about, "Oh, it's so cliche and tired," y'all keep tuning in.
Yeah, keep
Y'all
watching.
keep enjoying.
You know.
There's still an audience.
Mhm. Okay, we've come to the part where I'm going to ask you guys how many soju bottles you would give always. And I feel like this might be very revealing because we all seem to like it, but you never know with the scoring. How many soju bottles?
Okay. So on my drama list, I went in to check and I had rated it 9 out of 10, which
Ooh.
is very high for me, which means I really friggin' enjoy this. How much of this is like the Soji-sub privilege? Who knows? So I guess if we're doing it out of 5, that's going to be a 4.5 from old Natalia.
Hey, 4.5
Yeah,
soju.
I liked it. I
Nice.
liked it.
No.
Jesse?
I was thinking about this, and I like it. I would give it like more like a 3.5, mostly because maybe we'll talk about in spoiler section.
Yes.
But like I generally liked it. I didn't hate watching it. Like I'm the type of person, if I do not like what I'm watching, I'm going to turn it off and never come back to it. So
Yep.
yeah.
I'd probably say like an 8. Like it's
Out of 5?
good. Yeah, like an 8 out of 10 or a sorry, like a
8
4.
out of
10.
I was looking at
Yeah, so innocent.
my drama list. I was looking at my
It's
drama
wrong.
list, and so it was like, so yeah, so like probably a 4, maybe even a 4.5. Like
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. There were a few things that,
Yeah, there's kind of
you
like
know,
a few
later,
niggly
but-
things that I'm like, I would change.
yeah,
that,
like that it could have been way up here, and instead it was just like
Mm-hmm.
it was quite good. It was very enjoyable to me.
Okay. All right. This guy.
I'm not good at rating things, so I will like often it's pass or fail for me is really how this goes.
Yep.
So for me it is probably a 5 out of 5 because I didn't have any problems with anything.
Hell yeah.
Like
Hell
I was
yeah.
if someone
Yeah.
asked me, were you impressed by this? I'm not sure I was impressed. I had a good time. It served exactly what I believe the story is serving.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
like I didn't
Yeah.
feel like anything was left open or so I was very, very satisfied by it. So therefore, because I feel like a 4 would be underdoing it for me. So I'll give it a 5 because I think it delivers.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
fully
it does
for me.
It does exactly what it promises to do, and it also
Yep.
gives you a turtle and a dog. Like, what's not to love?
That's true.
Fuzzy dog, man.
There is a
That
very
put it
cute
over.
dog.
Oh my god.
Like,
Shout out
Yeah.
to Easy the Golden.
Easy, the golden retriever.
I think I would give it a 4.5 if I'm being mean, but like catch me at like 2 a.m. watching this movie. That's a 5 out of 5 soju bottle movie, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
It hits the spot. And I'm not saying it's like McDonald's hit the spot, but it is a form of like fast food. I don't give a fuck. It's really good. It's really good.
Nom, nom, nom. It delivers exactly what you want. This is
Yes.
the two, if you're like, I'm gonna press play about like on a melodrama romance about a guy down on his luck and a blind woman.
Yeah.
It's exactly what
Yeah.
you were expecting from this. They're not like, we're gonna really change up the genre. No,
We're
they're like,
like,
we're gonna deliver exactly what we promised you to deliver.
Yep.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we're going to talk about what exactly happened in this movie because we've really danced around it this whole time.
Spoiler section.
We're going to get to the
Spoiler
spoilers
section.
right after this.
The greatest trick.
Houston, we have a problem.
I am your father. I see dead people.
The devil ever pulled
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
was convincing the world
You can't handle the truth.
he didn't exist.
Oh, what's in the box?
All right, we're on the other side of spoilers. We are going to talk a little more about the exact plot of Always and maybe what were the niggly bits, you know, the picky nits for Always. Jessie, why don't you start us off and say why you downgraded the movie?
Well, one of the big things about this movie is that you find out that there is a surgery that she can do to fix her eyesight. And while I don't think this movie does it maliciously, they still contribute to the really kind of tired trope of disabled person gets better and becomes not disabled.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, and then they're just like fine afterwards,
I
and that
agree.
sort of thing. And so that's like kind of really where like a lot of my like not the greatest. I don't think it's doing it viciously though. Like it's just not like they're being terrible about it, but I just like it makes me feel weird when you see that happen in a drama because it's like why can't she's perfectly fine disabled as well. But.
Yeah, she needed a $30,000 surgery to save her eyesight or she would go blind within a month. And I was like, okay, let's settle down. Like within a month, it was like they had a hard deadline on when she could do the surgery and they needed the money to buy a cornea from the United States. I was like, okay, that was annoying.
Yeah, and I mean like I guess it isn't as bad because of the circumstances of her accident because it was like a car accident.
It wasn't like she was born with the disease. Like
it wasn't like a slow act. It was impact in it being very relatively new as well. So like, she wasn't fully like had been disabled that much, but it's kind of like we could have had them. You know, she still be that way and it'd be a perfectly fine love story.
I agree. Yeah. They didn't need to save her eyesight imminently.
It's almost like they actually just like traded the disabilities because he ends up disabled at the end of the
Correct.
movie.
I mean, that's part of the melodrama is that like he's fucked at the end of the movie.
You're like, she's now fine, but he can't
cost
walk
of him.
anymore without walking aids. And I'm like, all right. So like, it's not like they said disability cured. It was just sort of like it just got transferred a little.
Yeah. And they do like make it great. Like it's very apparent that both the characters like the characters the way they are no matter what. Yeah. So there is that.
Yes, 100%.
That's true.
And maybe there's a touch of like he needs to pay for the sin of causing the accident inadvertently, and there's a fate swapping thing that happens between them and Inyeon and all this like really sad destiny that they have to fall in love with each other, but like he killed her parents. Like all of this stuff.
Like technically he did it.
That's the thing. He didn't, but he feels hella guilty for setting a chain of events.
It was a series of events beyond his real control at this point.
Yes.
And she felt guilty for killing her parents too, which also not your fault. Like if I saw a man on fire dropping out of a window, I would look at that too.
He would have gone the same exact way for me.
Listen, that just feels like like everything happening in that sequence of events is just like the universe wanted these two people dead, and no matter what anyone did, it was happening because those are very unlikely series of events that went
just
down.
so odd. When they played the whole thing in sequence, I was like, yeah, what the fuck even? Like that was weird.
That's like a really bizarre, and for anyone who's like listening to this who was never planning on watching the movie, he was like a debt collector, and
just
so
like Rocky.
And so he's trying to collect debts from this guy, and then the guy's like, instead of this, I'm gonna tell you live your life right and set myself aflame and jump out of a window. And jump out of a window, which the visual of me jumping out of a window will startle a truck driver. Like, fair enough. Who will then veer into a car of a family going, and then I'm like, this is
Who's
there's
also
no
looking
way-
at the fiery.
Yeah, who's also like, what the hell? What's that fireball falling from this hotel? And it's like, these are a series of very unlikely occurrences that you could, like, listen, should he have been a debt collector? Probably no. But at the end of that, he is not responsible for that man setting himself on fire
No.
and jumping out a window.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not like he collected. That's how he collected.
it's not
the
like
debt.
he
He's
lit
like,
the flame, you know? Like,
No. When he
He
turned
tried
around,
to save him.
when Soji
Yeah, he
Sub
just-
turns around and that guy's in the window frame,
like,
dumping
"What?"
gasoline on himself, I'm like, I mean, what do you even do? Like,
Yeah, you can't do anything.
Yeah,
You
like-
can't even touch him.
oh
Yeah.
my
And then
gosh.
also the guy technically framed Soji Sub for
Yes!
attempted murder
I
too.
thought that too!
Like, it was like a whole. So like he then goes to jail and he's like, I tried to save this dude. Like, did I beat him up? Yes. Okay. You got
yeah,
me.
there was a shakedown.
got
Whatever.
me.
But I
You
didn't
got
set
me
the
on
man
that.
on fire and throw him out the window.
I did not try to kill
He did
this
that
man.
by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so wild. So that's like the end of the movie. When that's like
you know,
the
listen,
starting at the
and for
end.
anyone being like, "Oh, this movie's so cliche," it's like, "Oh, you predicted that."
That's what you predicted.
Wow, incredible
Wow.
work. You must be a genius.
I mean, I guess the predictability thing is that maybe he had some crazy backward thing to do with her accident that made her blind and killed her parents.
Like, I
Which is what
guess.
makes it movie worthy to tell, because if
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
take that
It's
away,
entertainment.
why are we talking about
Why do we
it?
care?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
it's just like we're just like, this is just a slice of life about a guy and a blind girl dating,
Which would be
like, that's-
very
which is
cute,
fine.
but
Yeah,
like,
I would
fine.
enjoy that web
But that's not the
series, but,
genre
like,
we're writing.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Like,
no.
why are we even watching that? Because
Yeah.
that's the whole thing of the third act is like he has to do something because he feels
Guilty.
like he killed her parents and made her blind. Like he's somehow to blame. And yeah.
I mean,
Jeez.
did he pull a noble idiocy? He sure did.
Oh,
he did.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But it's also Soji Sub. He's really good at that.
He
Yeah,
is.
like listen, Soji Sub, he's really
It's in his
protective of art,
contract.
you know.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I
He's
want
like,
to
This is what I have to have.
sacrifice myself for no friggin' reason.
Mhm.
I want to
Um,
pretend that cell phones do not exist.
do not exist. Oh my god. Oh,
My favorite thing is that he goes to do this illegal fight in Thailand.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
the whole thing is like this whole mysterious process for getting over there. They're like,
Yeah.
burn all of your docks. There can be nothing, no traces of you left here in Korea.
Why?
I'm like, why? Like,
Yeah.
Could have just
Like,
been like,
is
oh,
it
just
that
going on a trip to
serious?
Thailand. People go on vacation in
it was
Thailand
like he
all
could just
the
go.
time.
Like,
Yeah.
You could just get on a plane. You can, like, it's not hard to get a visa to
Really
go to
illegal
Thailand.
there?
yes,
They have a booming tourism industry. That's like a big part of their economy.
legit baffled by that whole thing. And then he does it. There's
That's-
like a whole inferno outside the house. Dumpster fire, literally, of him burning all evidence of himself. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, Edward. It was very Edward Cullen of him. Like, I'm
Yeah,
leaving
yeah.
her
Yeah.
with nothing.
This is the skin of a killer.
So
Calm down, buddy. Calm down.
I think for me, that's the part that took it down a bit for me because, I mean, if you watch any kinds of sports movies and sports stuff, they could have had the exact same plot line without making that this, right? It could have been,
Underground.
we're going to pay you to lose the fight, right?
Right,
Like to
right.
take
Yeah.
a dive.
Throw the fight.
Or we're going to, which is a super common trope,
Yeah, throw the fight.
especially in boxing movies
Yeah.
and dramas and stuff. It just felt like they took it up
To
a
the
notch
10th
where it did
yeah,
not need to go
So
for
it's
the
like,
story.
listen,
It didn't
and
add anything to the story. It just, like,
It's so
And even if the
weird.
point was the smuggling,
crazy.
because like they needed him
Yeah.
to smuggle back this
A
diamond,
diamond.
or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like we didn't have to be doing all that.
yeah, yeah.
I think everybody's just
Well,
like
the fact
really
you could've
overacting.
You could have
here.
just sent him to Thailand on like a fake vacation, and then him bring back, you know, like the little tchotchke or whatever. That's like
Yeah.
the smuggling. Like we didn't have to send him to
There was
like
just Too
into,
many
like-
steps going on
Like,
there.
right.
It was like,
it was
we could have
overtly
erased
complicated.
several
Yeah,
of them, and it still had the exact same movie and the exact same story. You know, like conceptually anyway.
It's like living through a time where we see how stupid the average villainy is in real life. I'm like, this villainy is too complicated.
It's very complicated.
I
I
will say,
this.
it is the most complicated part of the movie.
Yeah, because he had to win the fight
Yeah.
against some like crazy guy completely out of his weight class, by the way. And that guy had like 30 pounds on him.
Oh, yeah.
And easy. And then the guy is overtly like you see a guy like getting dragged out of the octagon in the hallway.
Very dramatic.
Super dramatic. And I'm like, what is this for?
Like,
they're already talking this guy up and saying like everybody he fights dies, he kills everybody, he's a killer. And then he wins the fight. And only then he can get a literal diamond
Snow globe.
that's inside a snow globe.
Snow globe. And it's like, this is so complicated. For what reason?
I was
What
like,
the
okay,
reason?
talk to me about the snow globe. Talk to me about the diamond. Like, what is
What?
up with that? Like, I have a lot of questions.
And the immediate question after that is, he's gonna get jumped.
He's
like,
gonna die.
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
will get
Yeah.
jumped.
He's marked
There's-
for death.
Of course he is. Why? Like, otherwise, why would they be like, no, you gotta come in on the private port. Like, we gotta
By
smuggle.
yourself.
Why are you smuggling? He's a citizen. You can just fly in.
Why the hell would you go through the trouble of giving him
It would
another
be so
identity, another passport? He's masquerading as somebody else. Memorize your name and address and all this stuff. They tell him to do all this stuff, and then they smuggle his ass out of Thailand. I was like, what was all that?
It's like, okay, I get that he needed another identity because he was an ex-con, and you can't, like, go to other countries as an ex-con. Whatever, okay? But you can still just get someone a new identity and just...
And then just take the
2011,
plane.
fly out of the plane.
Like, dude.
You don't need to be doing all this.
Especially when like you have this tchotchke like souvenir, like
Yeah,
to,
like, it
bring
was
back.
clearly, like I
it's
feel like
fine.
the props person was not actually told the full context of, like...
They were like,
Douglas.
okay, so a
Okay,
diamond.
he's
And they were
gonna-
like, yeah, but like an
they're gonna
obscenely
smuggle
large
it back.
diamond.
To be like,
And he's
oh yeah,
like,
they're
okay,
smuggling, this
souvenir.
boxer's smuggling a diamond. It's like, oh, obviously I would make it look like a souvenir. That's
yeah.
the smartest way. And it's like, and in this props person defense, that was the smartest way to
That
do
is-
this.
Yeah.
But then it was just like, he could have just had it in a bag.
They're just gonna
It's
smuggle
in a
his
bag.
entire body as well.
Could have been
Yeah,
a large,
like-
to go that.
could have been a large teddy bear at this point. Okay,
Yeah,
same
like
thing.
it could have been literally.
He could have put it on like a charm, like
Yeah, you could have just put it on a gaudy chain necklace, like.
The fact
Why
that
are we
it
doing all
was in
this?
a snow globe and then he gets hit by a car and goes flying through the air and you don't see a big splash of water because it doesn't smash
It's
in his
survived
bag when he
though.
lands on it.
That is
For
that is
some
the
reason.
hardiest snow globe. I've seen snow globes smash from like a 2-foot drop. Like this is the
Man,
hardest.
I've
friggin'
looked at a snow globe
bulletproof
wrong
glass.
and it just starts leaking.
cracked. Yeah.
So got hit by a
They really
car.
they really be doing the most here.
It was so great. I loved it. But
drama.
yeah, we could poke holes in this thing all day. But I guess let's go back to the beginning because the beginning is, I guess, where the most of the love story is, and their meet cute is really nice as well. She mistakes him for the old man that used to work at the parking attendant or in the parking garage because she used to watch K-dramas with the old man all night, and I'm like,
Incredible.
that is so cute.
Incredible, like just so cute.
Yeah,
Mhm.
adorable. But she's blind, obviously, and his name is Gene Marcelino. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's
who
his,
the
that's his
fuck
baptismal
is that?
name.
Yeah.
That's his baptismal
Yeah.
name
I
because
know.
he was raised by nuns.
Yeah.
In a Catholic orphanage. So it's like, of course they gave him like a friggin' Italian name. Why
Yeah.
not, man?
I just love that
Like-
she was like, oh, you're a foreigner? And he was like, nah, man, I'm Korean.
Yeah.
She's like, your name
No,
is
just-
Gene Marcelino.
It's like just Catholic, just
Yeah.
bunch of Catholic
I love when he's sort of like complaining to the nun about it, and she's like, "It's a beautiful name. It sounds like an actor."
he's like, yeah, but like it's kind of stupid.
But also, I'm
Yeah.
Korean.
Yeah, like, couldn't, you know, like anything.
Yeah.
I could have been named anything.
Yeah. God, the times when they're sitting in there and watching the whatever drama it is, I love that she is a flirt.
Mhm.
I love that she's a flirt
Yeah.
because she initially asks if the people on screen are wearing shoes. But the way that the Korean language works, he was like, yeah, of course I'm wearing shoes. And she's like, no. Talk to me about the shoes that the character on screen is wearing. Describe them to me. And obviously, this is bringing her so much joy to know what's going on screen. Like, tell me what they're doing. Show me what her hair looks like and all this stuff. Another night rolls around, and she asks him if the male lead in the drama they're watching is handsome. And he goes, of course, he's an actor. And she goes, no. You. I'm talking about you. And I was like,
she's so smooth.
She does all the work at the beginning.
Right.
She's like, I am going to get this man. Mm-hmm. I know nothing about him. Mm-hmm. All I know is he's very polite.
I mean, he sounds cute.
That move
a nice
with
voice.
The concert tickets was so smooth. When she's like,
smooth.
This is the thank you for carrying me up all those stairs. And he's like, oh, there's 2 and I don't have any friends. And she's like, that's too bad. You'll have to take me. And
like,
you're
girl,
like,
oh, dang, smooth.
I was like, he can't get out of that one. She's too good. She's too good.
She showed up with that cute little terrible perm. Love it.
Oh, the
so cute.
So cute.
And the hairdressers are begging her, like, please don't get the drama cut. Don't get the drama haircut that female lead has or whatever.
It's like, we're going to give you the Parisian perm. Ain't nobody in Paris had that perm.
Oh my gosh.
Ain't no one in Paris been rocking that perm. Mm-mm.
It was big.
It was adorable. It was adorable, though. It
was cute.
She looked cute. Mm-hmm. She looked cute. But thank God it wasn't like for the rest of the movie that thing was there. He reveals that he was in prison for 4 years and 3 months. After he quit boxing, he beat people up to collect their debts. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, Rocky, tell me more. How did you guys, the one time I almost cried was when he insulted her on the date. Because she had just finished saying, I came here with my dad. This is very special to come back to this barbecue spot. And she wanted to know more about him. She's asking like, oh, like, what did you do in the past? What were you like? You must have done bad things. He took it sideways. He took it so sideways, her little jab. And he was like, well, I can see what you ate for breakfast because it's all over your shirt. Just basically insulting the fact that she's blind.
Listen, sometimes people, they say mean things when they don't actually mean them because they're hurting on the inside. And I think that's his character in a nutshell.
100%.
Not that it is forgivable.
Yes.
But like, he does make it up to her in many many ways going forward.
He does.
He's also just not good with relationships.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to talk to anyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was in prison for 4 years and 3 months.
Yeah, specifically. For
he's a boxer.
For attempted murder that he did not attempt to murder anyone.
I would hope that they didn't book him for attempted murder, but that guy...
Probably assault, but yeah.
Yeah, but that guy literally was like, anyway, live a good life, deuces, and was a flaming ball when he fell from the window.
Yeah.
And he's still hanging out at the convent.
That's
like,
the thing,
nursed,
too,
but
is that
like,
that guy is alive.
He's better? Like, anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So it seems like the guy forgave him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was...
He was like, okay, maybe I was a little too harsh setting myself on fire and setting you up for the fall. I feel like that was on me. Like, we both made mistakes. We both made mistakes here. We both went a little too far. Like, listen, we can just move on from this.
I lost my head a little bit.
We all went a little crazy that night. Don't worry about it.
I will say, going back to him insulting her for being blind, if this was a currently airing K-drama, I feel like the discourse around that would sink the battleship.
Yeah, because these days people don't really have patience. This is very unfortunate because they don't have patience for seeing characters make mistakes anymore. And immediately they want to just cancel everyone.
Yep.
And it's just like, people do shitty things, and you yourself, person out there who's like, oh, I can't believe that they would do this. It's like, you've also done shitty things, so maybe like let them redeem themselves a little.
Doing it just to do it. He felt like he was being attacked, and so he attacked back.
Yeah,
it was in character.
And he almost immediately afterwards realizes that he crossed a line and goes and talks to her, and they work it out. So it's not one of those things where it's like he says it and he stands by it and he wallows in his like crappiness, which we also see in a lot of Korean media, and are supposed to forgive, and people don't complain about. So it's it seems like there's a thing where it's like, oh, we're going to cancel this character for one tiny thing, but we're not going to cancel this person for the myriad of terrible things. And you're like, okay, I'm lost.
Like if it was a red flag type thing, an indicator of some huge like personality, like some deep thing that he was going to keep bringing up, but that's obviously not what happened between them. They weren't using that as an indicator of like, oh, he's always going to go after some aspect of her blindness or whatever. If it was a drama and you have 20 episodes to fill, if he's a trash character, that would probably come back again, and it would be a problem and worth talking about. But
then he felt bad enough about it that he spent the rest of the movie just absolutely doing the most.
Worshiping her.
Atoning.
Dedicate his entire life to her. Okay, that's
all right. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. She almost gets raped. There's a rape attempt in like the first third or so of this movie. Her boss, who was being really pervy with her, a lot of sexual harassment happening in the workplace. She's like this telemarketer, I think.
Call center.
Yeah, it's just basically a call center. And the guy is just, you can see it from a mile away. You're like, something's going to happen here. But when he shows up at her house, I was like, oh, right. This was like really violating because he just shows up. She's fucking blind. She cannot see that he's in the corner and only hears him after she's opened the door. I was like, oh my God, like this is like worst case scenario. He just invites himself inside. There's like nothing that she can do. She's so helpless in this situation, and it was really hard to watch this on rewatch. But of course, you know, he comes to her rescue. So Ji-sub shows up at just the right time and kicks this man's ass, like breaks his arm, and it's like a really violent beatdown. Deserved. What did you guys think of this?
I think it's really interesting because I think it highlights more than, like, in the terms of the story, but it highlights an actual societal problem faced by people with disabilities who this happens to often, like more often than I think people realize, because they're very easy to take advantage of and very easy to discount. So I think it was actually very interesting to show it because most people don't have Ji-sub to bust in and
that's true.
Well,
break.
And I think we all know what would have happened if she had been raped, if she had gone to the
no one
police, right? They would have been like, well, you can't ID your, right? Like, we know they probably wouldn't do anything even if she could ID him, but that's going to be the excuse they use to not even bother looking into it, because we can't ruin this man's life based on the fact that you think you recognized his voice, right?
Yeah. And that would have been a totally different story with the Ji-sub character just going and murdering the guy, and then that would be that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like, it would have been a very different plot possibility.
Yep.
Then we become a crime thriller. Then we become, you know, like Midnight starring Ji-sub. You know, like, that's a different energy.
Right.
I think it also is supposed to also showing Ji-sub what stakes she has.
Yes.
Like, and that they're so much higher, especially when you kind of tack on when she gets upset with him because she's like, I'm gonna lose my job. Because it really is, she has very few options for jobs, so she can like be on her own and be her own person. And so it's just like this very compounded thing of like how much this one thing about her like really affects her, not just because she can't see what's out in front of her, but like she has all these things that could really kind of destroy her, and that he, having not been with anybody who is disabled that way, doesn't understand.
Yeah, I love when he asks her, why do you put up with the sexual harassment? Why do you put up with the harassment? And she says, it's because I need to survive. And I was like, that is very, very powerful of a statement for her to make, and for her to obviously, like you said, get upset with him because her job is at stake. This man has more power over her than he anticipated, right? Than Ji-sub anticipated when he came in and started like swinging. The job that she has, she quits it, which I thought was very interesting. I didn't remember her quitting her job. So on the rewatch, when she says, I quit, and she's basically like, take me out for the weekend, I was like, this is interesting. The movie doesn't go into this. If this was a K-drama, it would. What the hell is she doing? Like, how is she supporting herself?
Yeah.
Well, I think it was sort of to show that she, in a way, that her character now trusts his character, because he said, like, I'll take care of you.
Yes, he was like, I'll do it. I'll take care of you.
Yeah.
This was like
Which
the
is so
start
sweet.
of their official relationship.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's her way of saying,
I
"All
trust
right,
you. You're
Come
going to have
on
to
in."
take care of me. Yeah.
all right, Marcelino, let's do this.
Yeah.
Like,
Marcelino. He gets her a golden retriever puppy to keep her company and be her seeing eye dog in the future. I couldn't handle it. It was so cute.
oh, just add a dog into anything.
I know.
Like, like,
Yeah.
Here.
I know. The little golden retriever
Yeah.
puppy, like, just added
So cute.
so much to the story, to everything.
It added nothing and everything.
Nothing and
at the same time.
everything. Yes. I was like, this is the
Like,
best. But I think it's when he, like, disable-proofed her house. No more door sills, rounded the table edges, optimized the furniture layout, and then he installed a window in her bedroom so she can get sunlight, because the one thing she can see is light or the absence of light. I was like, I might start crying, because it was such a moment of him understanding her struggles, how she needs to live, and how she needs to thrive.
Yeah. And also, it kind of, knowing that the screenwriter was the same screenwriter as My Annoying Brother, and that had the exact, like, they had a very similar scene in that one, because that's also, for anyone who doesn't know, also about a half-brother taking care of his recently deblinded younger brother, and they had the same sort of, like, construction zone.
And it's also, like, really symbolic of where they're both at that point in the relationship too, right? Like, everything's getting brighter. Everything in my life, like, her whole apartment looks nicer and brighter and cleaner, and so does he, and so does his life, and so does, like, it's just sort of like this is our turning point. We're choosing not to live in the dark anymore. We're choosing to choose happiness and light and whatever together.
Yes, because even though she is such a bubbly personality, and it's taking her relatively recent blindness very well, the way that she lives in her apartment is in darkness. And even when she's sitting there singing to herself, by herself at the beginning of the movie, the apartment is kind of like a little bit in shambles. Like, there's a flood happening and she doesn't even realize it. So there was room for improvement, definitely, in her life. And then obviously in his life, he was stupid depressed, and all he had was the turtle, which, fine. If you have a pet, love it for you. But he needed somebody, right? They both needed each other in different ways. Yeah. And they brought, like you said, Amanda, like, so much light into each other's lives. It was a beautiful little montage of them falling in love and getting together and living together. The exchange of the pebbles thing by the river, I was like, all right, fine, like, let's give each other rocks.
Hey, isn't that just what giving someone a diamond ring is? You're just giving someone a rock.
In a sense. Yeah. The first kiss between them was 51 minutes into the movie. I was like, I gotta pause this. This is 51 minutes.
A little bit of a slow burn.
Yeah.
We love to see it,
It was so tender. Like, everything between them is just so tender. And then we get the reveal.
The dramatic, crazy circumstance reveal
that we were talking about earlier. Oh, here's a nitpick that I have. Okay, because they have like I said before, there's some training montages of him getting back into boxing. Actually, not boxing, mixed martial arts. So he wants to be like a reformed boxer, get into MMA now, because that's the trendy thing that's going to pay the bills. And at one point, his Mickey tells him, we spent all of this effort trying to legitimize ourselves and trying to get into the league. And then he goes and does this illegal fight in Thailand. So I was like, okay, why go through the rigmarole of all of this if...
Guess it wasn't going to give them money as fast.
The money wasn't going to come immediately. The 30 grand was hanging over his head. But it was just like, okay, his dreams don't matter. His effort doesn't matter. Like, he just basically got into fighting shape so that he could get shanked on the way back.
It shows that, it shows the unpredictability and pointlessness. It's a very nihilistic situation.
That
It's
is
like,
true. That is
nothing
true.
matters. It's working. Nothing matters.
Also, I thought it was a nice touch that in the night that she gets in the accident with her parents, they get hit by the white truck of doom. I was like, oh, the white, I know you, the white truck.
Yeah.
An old friend.
Yeah. Like Kim Won-hye, just everywhere.
Oh, Truck-kun, you're back.
Listen, did anyone else almost throw their phone across the room when the 2-year time jump happened? Because for some reason,
I was like, oh, classic.
Didn't expect a 2-year time jump. And I had already seen the movie. So 2 years goes by. She is now doing, like, selling her custom pottery. She claims that she's married. And she is a part-time, like, medical masseuse on the side, like a licensed massage therapist that goes to the hospital and does, like, a deed every so often. And he is in the inpatient facility that she is doing massages at this afternoon, nonverbal, with a horrific facial scar from, I don't know what exactly. I guess the fall onto the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the car hitting him.
Listen, after they stabbed him, they roughed up his face a bit.
I completely forgot that he got hit by the car. So I was like, he got stabbed. Why does he have a face scar and his leg is all messed up? What if we... And there was like, oh yeah, there was a car. He got hit by a car.
They really tried to make sure the job was done and still failed. So
I was like, but road rash? 2 years later, it looks like that. I just... Again.
Yeah, like it looks like he got burned, and I was like, I don't remember him getting burned.
Listen, you missed the after scene where they're like, okay, now set him on fire.
Maybe they cut that out. They're like, this is too
the
much.
cutting room floor,
They're like, we can only have one person burning in this movie. We can't have two.
Yeah, it felt like something was missing. Like I missed a beat because the facial scar was kind of like too much. But anyway, she doesn't recognize him. Okay, this is the melodrama of it. She doesn't recognize him because now she can see, right? She's got her eyesight back and she's giving him a massage and something does flash across her face.
Yeah, there's a brief moment where she's like,
I know this back. I've massaged this back before.
I don't know, again, I don't know how, but it's the kismet of it all. And he's clenching that fucking pebble like his life depends on it because it's been 2 years. He's transferred facilities. He's gone through.
But he still has the rock.
He still has that rock.
He's Arthur fisting around that rock like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
I was like, not the rock. Easy the dog. We would not have a happy ending without Easy the golden, because Easy knew.
Clutch.
And the
Dogs
turtle.
And the turtle.
And the turtle.
The animals are really bringing it in this.
Yes.
See, we love a good animal sidekick being like the mensch of the whole thing.
Yeah,
right?
the VPs.
I don't know what his diagnosis was. I don't know what he was suffering from. I don't know if he couldn't walk before, and because her presence invigorated him, he was like, I'm going to relearn to walk after 2 years. It happened. And he walked out of that hospital on one crutch, not two. They gave him one. Okay.
They're like, you can only afford one. Be gone.
I was like,
here.
okay, just give him a peg leg at this point, because this is painful to watch him use the one crutch. But one crutch makes it to this pottery shop that's selling her pieces. He buys some night jasmine, which again, that was the plant that was in the parking lot attendant booth that she was like, you got to feed the night jasmine once a week or whatever. Anyway, he buys some night jasmine in a piece of pottery that she made. And he literally robs back.
He steals his turtle back.
He steals his turtle back.
It's like, that's her turtle now, dude. Like,
it's been 2 years. Leave her the damn turtle.
Taking care of it. Come on.
They forfeited the turtle.
Yeah, she's been taking care of this turtle. Like, I feel like in a court of law, that would be considered her turtle.
It would be. And matter of fact, she took the turtle to the shop because she was like, hey, the turtle's not feeling so good. I need to take it to the vet.
Yeah, he's not gonna take it to the
kidnapped,
vet.
He kidnapped and then released into the wild a sick turtle. Y'all.
That turtle is
turtle's
gone.
gonna die.
Dead. This turtle did not survive their
That
own
is
story.
a pet shop turtle, and you just released it into the wild, sir.
Listen, when he grabbed the turtle with his bare hands, I was like, no, those have salmonella. Oh my god, you just got out of the hospital. Yeah.
Salmonella is the least of this dude's problems right now.
So he makes it all the way to like that river that they had visited before, and he releases the turtle, but she goes back to the shop. She forgot something, and the dog is going nuts because they ran into him on the street, and the dog knows. The dog recognizes him. And once they're back in the shop and she's like, he bought night jasmine, he took my turtle, all bets are on.
Lassie, where's Timmy in the well? Where's Timmy in the well, Lassie? I need to find this man. We love a good dog sidekick. Like,
I forgot how dramatic it was when she runs out of the shop and tries to run to find him. And she is like wailing in the streets.
She's so sad.
Yeah.
She's so depressed.
I forgot.
I always love those scenes in movies.
You do?
Because I love those scenes in movies because I'm like, someone would stop and make sure
Right?
this woman.
I would be like,
or
and
at least be like,
how can I help
are you
you?
okay?
Yeah.
Right?
She's
Like,
clutching
You're scaring me.
a stone wall and screaming.
Culturally, like the way they express grief is a little bit louder than a lot of
That's true.
like on the street. You might see that sometimes if someone is going through a moment of grief.
Yeah.
It still will be startling, and you still would maybe check on that person. And so, like, I'm not disagreeing. All I was gonna say was, it might seem super over the top if you're if you haven't seen any of the K-dramas where it's kind of more common in funeral settings and stuff, or when someone is notified of a death and that there is wailing. Like, it is very common.
Correct.
Well, and I think it's a really big thing emotionally, right? Like she probably has even convinced herself that he's dead. If he hasn't come back to her, maybe it's because he's dead, you know. And to have this, not only is he alive, he remembers me, he remembers Night Jasmine, he's there, and it's just probably she's been holding it all back for so long that now it's broken, right? And it's
and
just
you also need
all coming out.
That desperation to be larger than the amount of people that are on the street as well. It's like a common film technique as well, just to be like, this is how serious this is. There's swarms of people around, and yet she is the loudest and she is the most present. This is like how much of an issue finding him is.
I almost expected when she fell sobbing on the wall that, like, you know, we had seen him walking down the stairs or whatever. I thought maybe he was going to hear that and come back because the sound of her cries was going to be so heartbreaking to him or something. But sadly, no. Then we get the very
you have
pretty...
to have a dramatic ass murder of a turtle. Listen, he's unintentionally causing death left, right, center.
He picks up the salmonella turtle, doesn't know that the turtle's sick, and sticks it in the river.
And it swims away very happily, and that's all we know.
Yes, it's like, ooh, deuces.
That turtle went on to live a fulfilling turtle life.
Yeah.
It's
But,
still
like,
there,
I think,
man. In my head, that's fine.
We know the
He
truth.
gets visitors.
You know, like, we won't let
It gets
pesky
what's her
things-
face from Marry My Husband. The
That's right,
Japanese
it's that
version.
turtle. It went to Japan
and starred in
And had a fulfilling life.
had a fulfilling life as Sato Takeru's turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
We all had a good time. It's fine. He just was just looking for a new family. Oh, it was like, I'm tired of this dog and this sad woman.
Literally.
I
So
need to be somewhere
boring.
else. Peace.
Oh man. But we get a reunion by the river, and she has placed what looks like the rustiest set of desks and chairs.
I thought it was a sculpture.
Is it a
Is
sculpture?
it a sculpture?
That makes way more sense.
Like,
than
I thought
just,
it was a bronze, like sculpture, because
Like an art piece.
I thought it was an art piece,
that
an
would
art
make
installation.
way more sense than just she stuck some chairs out there and they've rusted to shit.
I thought it was like I thought it was an art piece.
Okay.
I thought it
an
was
art
very
installation.
interesting that the table had Braille like built into it, so that
I
makes
thought
a
that was
lot
a
more
part of the
sense.
art piece.
She
Yeah.
was a sculpture major, I think is what she said. That's what she
Yeah.
studied in school.
Uh-huh.
So it stands to reason that, yeah, she might have sculpted this entire thing.
That was one of the other things that I found a little bit weird about the whole situation, because I absolutely believe that it would be difficult as a blind person to continue on with your art in a different way. But sculpting is sort of the easiest of the art forms that you could imagine a blind person continuing
Yeah, there are
this,
blind
right?
sculptors,
Yes.
blind
Like,
potters.
it would be a lot easier
Yeah.
than painting or
I
something.
kind of assumed
right?
it was more of like she was still in her
in
just
her
like
grief.
well grief, and like also just like she's just finding a way to live and
Money.
just like living without like normal like living
Yeah.
like money now
Yeah.
that you don't have parents that are gonna help you and that
Oh,
sort of
definitely.
thing.
Yeah.
Living on your own.
I just thought, I mean, sort of harkening back to what Jessie had
Yeah.
talked about with did she need to not be blind anymore?
For sure, she could have like definitely
he could
carried
have
on
helped
that,
support
but-
her. And he even had said so, right? Like,
Open your shop.
before he knew that was an option, he was like, no, we'll get you back into your pottery and we'll open a little shop. He figured she could do it blind, so,
Mhm.
you know.
I wonder if the table was like another scene. There's like more significance, like maybe
it got cut or something. For
yeah,
time or
like it was a
something,
table that they found and it was like, how cool was it that it had Braille, or like
I always thought that
bought
she
it
hammered the Braille
specifically.
into it, whether it was a
yeah, or
table
like they
that
did it
she
together.
found or-
Maybe it's the
Maybe.
table
I feel
with
like
the
it was
rounded corners.
always
that he rounded
there,
the
but
corners off
Did I
on.
miss something in the movie?
I assumed
Yeah.
it was the Braille lines that were on her notebook
Yeah.
from
Yeah, I did.
Romeo and Juliet.
That's what I
Yeah.
assumed as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just like assumed it was something that like they shared that table like a lot, like they sat
Right.
at that river
And they
Either
never
that
a
or,
lot
like-
that we just didn't see.
Because mostly they just
Or-
sat on a log. You think it would be like,
Yeah.
yay, this log would have been the
Yeah.
yeah,
for sure.
See, and here people are saying this movie's so predictable. But here we are talking about a mystery of what
Yeah,
the
table and chairs.
You know, the mystery of the table and chairs, like the enduring mystery of always. Like, what's up with this table? And chairs?
What's up with the table and chairs? If you have a
course,
theory or you have answers for us, please let us know
Yeah,
about
we'd
the table
love
and
to
chairs.
know.
But she says her famous line, "I told you I would see your face only. Why did you let me see only my face?" Because that was something she said before her surgery. I want to see your face 23 hours out of the day and then 1 hour to look at my
See
face.
own.
Yeah.
Listen, confident queen. She knows. You know.
Yep, she was a confident queen. But I love that moment. And the reunion is really sweet, but how do you feel about it? How do you feel about the ending? And I did see a couple of Letterboxd reviews that were like, we only got 2 seconds of them together at the end, like the typical
Yeah.
complaint.
See, here's
Yeah.
the thing, my dudes. You got like 40 minutes of them at the beginning.
Mhm.
So
true.
that was the
Yeah.
love story there.
I don't
this is
think
just
they're
the
going to
conclusion.
change much, like the way that they hang out with each other. I think they're going to go back to what they were doing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think it might have been nice to have, like how some movies will have just like end credit scenes that sort of run alongside of the credits.
Yeah,
like,
it's just
just
them, like,
scenes
doing
of them
normal stuff.
walking the dog or,
Mhm.
like some of that kind of, it would just be nice to have. But I
Not
felt like
necessary for the
it
story.
completed. They told me the story it needed to tell. They found their way back to each other and scene. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, I thought it was nice they even got a conversation because I would have been totally fine with the closure of seeing her finally getting there and it cuts. Like I would have
I
been
mean,
fine.
them seeing each
Yeah.
other's eyes and then
Yeah,
it's
like-
like,
And I'm
yeah,
like,
there's
all right,
nothing
far
in the
away and that's
story.
it. Like
Yeah.
I'm fine.
yeah,
I was watching it thinking of the Lake House, where it's basically they
Yep.
just walk up to each other and then it's done, and you're like,
Yeah, see,
"Where's the rest of the movie?"
see, I feel like it. Yeah,
see,
it's just
I come from Lake House history. Like I'm totally fine with like, oh, we got it. Okay, we see each other.
Yeah.
We're good.
Right.
We
I
did.
just feel
Okay,
like
you
we
did.
don't need it because we already know what it's going
Yeah.
to be.
We
And
Like
we
we
got
now know that they
a
like
little
saw
bit
each
more.
other, so they've like connected. And we now know what their relationship's gonna be. We don't.
And I mean, they're hugging.
now in
Like,
it.
it's not
Yeah.
like they're just standing staring at each other at the end. They have a conversation. They hug.
Yeah, they got a conversation.
What
Like,
else did
clearly
you
they're
want?
going to be together going forward. Like,
Yeah.
Clearly, she's not married.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
She was just telling people she was married.
Clearly
so
the
that they would
pottery
leave
guy
her
has
alone.
Yes.
no
Like,
more chances.
Common
with her.
tactic.
I thought that it implied like she still considered herself like
Right.
married
with
to
him.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought,
think
yeah, and I
that's
thought
also
she was
part
just
of
like
it.
kind of doing
That's
it
how
like
I
as a
always thought.
general thing.
But,
yeah,
like,
you know, it
oh,
also
I'm not.
has-
Don't want to like even try. Like,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
also
I'm
has
not going to
the
make
added
it
benefit.
complicated. Just be like, I'm not interested.
She's telling the nice guy, listen, I am not there, but I'm also not telling you my whole story.
Yeah, it's in that like I'm not interested, but you're not gonna like question me on it.
Yeah.
You know,
like
it's not gonna be like you're gonna still pursue me. Not that like I feel that
And
like
it's
guy
Jingu,
would. He
so
wasn't-
like
It is Jingu.
I mean, girl.
Yeah. I mean,
it's
if
like
she
how they
needed
tell,
a secondary
like, women
person, it was
traveling
pretty
alone.
fine.
that you should get like a fake wedding ring so that you won't be hassled as much. And it's like, it's sad but true because, you know, dudes.
Yeah.
But like, just, you know, if you're traveling alone, just get like a fake wedding ring and like, you'll be hassled less. You'll be hassled less.
All this to say, we seem to be all on the same page. We love the
Yes.
ending. We didn't need more out of
No,
this.
it was satisfying. It gave you everything it
Yeah.
promised it was going to.
I feel like I hit a nerve though, like talking about people were complaining about, hey, we
Oh.
only got like 2 seconds of them being together.
Listen,
I was
people
like-
it's not a
love to
drama.
complain.
You can pick apart this movie and want it to have more stuff in it, and you would have a drama. But it
Yeah.
is a movie, so we can only
Yeah.
show so much
Right.
of what happens.
Mhm.
I mean, I will say the fight was kind of long. Could have had more time to maybe do something else fun, like build the table. Like we could have seen what the table was really doing.
The mystery
Yeah.
of the table could have been
The
solved.
table.
But, you know, it wasn't, and that's just how
That's
it
just
is,
it.
you
It's
know?
I feel like when it's a lot of the stuff was kind of show don't tell, like, and you just
Yeah.
kind of have to accept it and roll with it.
Yeah,
And it's a movie.
It doesn't need it to. Like, we don't need to overcomplicate it. Like,
No,
things can
it's not a
be
complicated
at this
film.
level.
This is an
like-
hour and 48 minutes, people. Like, what the hell else
Yeah.
do you want? Ugh.
Listen, it is what it is, and it told exactly the story that it needed, and it didn't add too much extra because it was like, we're an under 2-hour movie, okay? We're getting you in and out. Let's go. Like, here you go. Here's the story.
Yeah.
It's satisfying. Okay, bye.
Mhm.
And you're just like, all right,
Exactly.
bye.
And clearly, it has satisfied many, many people for many, many years at this point. Like, they're
Yeah,
still
14
making
years now.
remakes of it. People are still watching it. Like, it's,
Yeah. It's resonating.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really, like, classic setup delivery. It hits all the beats.
it
needs
doesn't
to
really feel dated. Like,
No.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it kind of avoided any big aspect that would affect the plot. There really wasn't anything that's like, oh, no.
They didn't even ever pop out their cell phones or anything in it. You know
Like,
what I
they
mean?
did, but it was, like, so minor that you
But
just
it,
like,
it,
okay,
it
whatever.
wasn't like in
Yeah.
a way where you were like, oh my god, look at that little
Look at that
Nokia
flip
brick
Yeah.
they have
Whoa.
or whatever, right? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's always fun when they
In
do that.
2011, I had a smartphone.
yeah.
Yeah, I was 20. Okay. Okay. let
That's
me do
true.
A little bit of math.
It's not.
I mean,
That would have been the year I graduated my first degree, and I had a smartphone that had one of those little like the slide
The
out.
little slide out keyboard.
So did
Yeah.
I.
Yes,
I
I
love those.
Those are so good.
those.
Too.
That was peak design.
Yo.
I mean, it's got to be like, when was the first iPhone? Like, it's got to be around there.
It's
I
around
mean, they
there,
wouldn't
yeah.
have iPhone.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
I definitely had
Do a
one.
little.
But even that,
Google
like,
here.
would still, you know, like it would.
So
2007.
If they spent a lot of
2007,
time on their
yeah.
phones, it would feel weird, right? Like it adds to the dating of things these days. But
Mhm. Well, we have come to the end of Always, so we are going to wrap it up. Do you guys have any final thoughts about the movie or the experience? Or
Go watch.
yeah, go watch it. It's incredibly easy to find. It's
Yeah.
it's on Viki. It's on Tubi.
everywhere.
It's on Prime. It's everywhere.
It's
on Asian
everywhere.
Crush. It's everywhere.
it's
you can
blessedly
watch it.
accessible.
It's like it's harder to not find it than it is to find it.
Just keep the genre in mind when you're going into
Yeah,
it. It is
like,
mellow.
Remember, it was from 2011, and it is a very simple romance mellow. It's not trying to remake the wheel here.
Nope.
It's trying to deliver exactly what it has promised.
Yep.
By the if you look at the poster, you know what you're about to watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
No.
Just be
I'm not sure
prepared.
what masterpiece people were expecting, but
Well, as it is, I think this is like a low key masterpiece.
I mean,
Yeah,
like, what
yes.
sort of like film bro masterpiece?
Yeah,
Like,
what
what sort of convoluted art film were they expecting? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
But it's never promised to be that. So
Anyway,
you know?
I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day and watching or rewatching this movie for me and talking, intelligently about it for a while. I want to thank you guys for coming on the show. Where can we find you online?
Well, we have a website, certifiednoonas.com, where you can listen to all of our episodes, and we're also pretty much everywhere podcasts can be found, and we do a video podcast, so we're on YouTube for our, the 9 people on YouTube who love video podcasts. And also we're on Blue Sky and Instagram. It's always at Certified Noonas, one word, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Nice. So please follow Certified Noonas and pay close attention to their feeds and everything that they're doing. I love listening to you guys, which is it's such an
Thank you.
fulfilling, honorable moment to have all of you guys on the show. So this was wonderful. This was so much fun. Hope we can do it again.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
that's
It was
it.
very fun.
That's our show. I'm Jessica, and this has been the Daebak K-Rambles Podcast.